Hi, I'm Colin from Tyne Valley Motorhomes, and this is the handover on the 2021 Adria Twin Supreme 640 SGX. So as we start, we'll walk around on the driver's side of the vehicle first. You've got your sliding cargo door with fly screen, electric step which is just on here, just behind the driver's seat belt. And then you've got a rail, so if you wanted to, you can take the table from there and put it on here. At the back you've got your freshwater filler, so it opens with the Adria key. This is where you put your hose pipe and fill with fresh water, and that'll put that all into your freshwater holding tank, which is located underneath the chassis. And then at the back, your high level brake light, reverse cameras built in at the bottom, and you've got your doors. You can press the buttons and it will turn it to 180 degrees, but it won't on this one because they've been tied shut with the cables on there. But you do have opening windows, a fly screen and a blackout blind on there, and storage at the top. On the passenger side you've got your cassette, but located in the cassette locker is your wastewater dump. So you would drive over your motorhome service point on the way out of the site, use the red key, pop it in, turn it down so it's open. You can close it, and you'll just turn it to open and it will drain off all of the wastewater. So anything you've put down a plug hole, you'll drain off here. And then your cassette, as long as your blade's closed, you'll be able to press the blue handle, slide it out. Got a handle there so you can drag it to your waste disposal site. And then empty, take the blue cap off, tip to 90 degrees, press the blue button. Just drain off all the water that we've tested the toilet with. Once you've emptied it, put some water in, give it a rinse, and then use your measuring stick for your blue or your green liquid chemical. Cap full, straight in the vehicle. It's good to be used. Using the tablet, pint of water, and then drop a tablet down the toilet. Your site will tell you which chemical they want you to use, either the green or the blue of the tablet or the liquid. Just depends what their tanks are designed for. And then here you've got your mains hookup. So to hook the vehicle up, lift your hooker blade, connect, always connect the vehicle, then the site, and obviously do the reverse when unhooking, as we wouldn't want you walking around with a live lead. And then below you've got your diesel filler on the passenger door, which opens with the main fade key, and your AdBlue tank, which is 19 litres. So when that does come on, if you just simply top it up, and you'll get a warning light between the temperature and fuel gauge. If you top it up as soon as it does come on, otherwise there is chance that you can run out of AdBlue. 5.5 bar tyre pressures all round, which is 79.5 psi. You've got an isolation switch on the side of the passenger seat for your 12 volt system. So if you were leaving the vehicle during the winter or a couple of months and you didn't want a 12 volt drain, you can turn it off to isolate it, but it must be on for the control panels to work. And then underneath the seat you've got your leisure battery and your battery fuses. Engine batteries underneath the floor, and your bonnet release on the side of the dashboard. Having a quick look underneath the bonnet. To the left's all of your fluid, so you start off in the top left hand corner. You've got your screen wash. This lifts off. You've got power steering and radiator coolant. You've got your brake fluid, oil, an oil dipstick, paint code, which is 505 for the Batik Orange. You've got your weight here from Adria, so go off this plate. So 3.5 ton gross vehicle weight. If you were to put a tow bar on, whatever you're towing and the vehicle can't exceed 6 ton. You've got an earth for giving or receiving a jump start, and then just lifting this up you've got a positive contact there. So above the door you've got your main 12 volt control panel. So if you're hooked up, you'll get the little hookup sign. You turn on and off here. If you scroll along to the far left, you've got your leisure battery reading. You can see it's charging. Then you've got your, or should I say, sorry, start again. You've got your van battery at the front. Next one along is the battery at the back of the vehicle is your leisure battery. And you can see that it's 13.5 volts. And then you've got to the right, you've got your fresh water, which is saying 100%, and your wastewater, which is shown empty because we've just opened it. And to turn your pump on and off, if you go back to where the water is, if you just press, see the tap, illuminate, and go out, which is just how you put your pump on to surface your water around the vehicle. You've got your Webasto diesel heating, so it's fitted with the diesel heater. So you've got to ensure that you've got more than a quarter of a tank of diesel for this to work effectively, as they're on different levels. So the main engine's lower than the diesel heater for obvious reasons. You don't want to run out of diesel. Turn on and start at full temperature. Allow the combustion to start for about 5 minutes and adjust it to the temperature you want. And here you've got your gas water heater. So you turn it on, gas, and that's simply how you'd heat your water. This control, obviously this is a thermostat for the Webasto heater. This controls your bed from the front, and you'll notice that it's gone green on the water heater, which means it's good and it's operating on gas. If it went to red, you've either not got your gas switched on or you've simply run out. In the kitchen you've got two gas rings, and then you've got your tap. As long as the pump's on, you'll get hot. Just getting up to temperature there, and cold water. And below you've got your grill at the top and your oven below. And you've also got a light, so you can turn the light on and off on the switch. Gas taps for the gas burners and the grill and oven. Storage drawers. Ensure that you push the catch in to keep the door locked. A large storage drawer for your pots and pans. So you can turn kitchen under counter lights on, and if you push them in, on the top overhead cupboards are on a gas strut, so they'll stay open. Your Petford fridge is 12 volt, so it doesn't matter if you're hooked up or not, as long as you've got some life in your leisure battery, this will work. So press and hold to turn on and off. So turn it off, turn it back on. You've got your temperature here, so you can just select which one you want to go down to by pressing and holding, waiting for it to flash, and then scrolling up and down. And then you've got night mode, which is just here, which it'll lower the decibels of the fridge so you can sleep with it on without it purring. You've got freezer box, fridge, and then when you are finished with it for the season, if you just allow it to stay open by pushing this blue clip out, and the door will just rest on it, and just leave it like that so air circulates in and out of the fridge. Once you've emptied it and cleaned it out, you do that. Got a drawer underneath it, and then your electric drop down bed at the back, using the switch by the door. So there's one switch there and there is a switch at the back. You've got all your cushions. Your ladder, which clips on here. And you've got your box, which has got your awning handle in there. And then you just push it back up. For when you travel. And then located on the driver's side of the vehicle, at the back by your drop down bed, if you just lift this bit of wood, this is your freshwater tank, so to drain off in the winter, or you're not using it, or you're taking on contaminated water, you'd simply turn this twice and you'll hear the water drain out underneath the chassis. You've got a pipe here that runs off the diesel heater, which just keeps this section hot when the heater's on. So in theory, it'll keep the top of the tank warm so that the water doesn't freeze, because it's an onboard tank. But remember to drain it off in the winter, as this is one of the points you'd want to winterize along with the waste, and then you'd open the boiler, all the taps throughout the vehicle, just to ensure that no water is left in any pipe. In the washroom, to operate the toilet, ensure that the pump's on. You'll be able to press this blue button here, which is your freshwater flush. Flush first to lubricate the seal on the blade. Open the blade by sliding to the right. Use the toilet with the blade open, flush after use, and then slide to the left, which seals the cassette and allows you to get it out when it is full. And when it is full, this green indicator will go red. You've got your light switches there, so one for the light above and one for the light underneath the mirrored unit. Then what you can do, it's on a strong magnet, pull this out. This will cover the toilet and give you a showering space. And when winterizing, remove your shower head from the hose, allow the hose to lie in the tray with all the mixer taps throughout the vehicle open, and any water in there will just drain out through the waste. And you do have a hanging rail for wet coats or wet towels. Handy toiletry cabinet. Then pushing the buttons in and pulling the levers opens the windows, and then use the black wheels to keep the window ajar. Loosen to bring it in. And then you've got your travelling catch for your concertina door, which forms the bathroom door. So this is just showing your bed in the lowest position, and then you do have two cushions here which go on either side to make that bed slightly wider, which is the full width of the vehicle. And then at the back you've got this door here, so it's like a hatch which comes right the way to here and locks in. So should you be having bikes or things that you don't want coming through into the vehicle, you can have them all secure in the back, and you do have tethering points to tie them down. You've got your carb mat and your carpets throughout the motorhome. Obviously both sides of the bed, so they just go up there. One will go up there like that, and the other will go on the other side. Just to give you extra width on that bed. LPGs at the back, so this is where you put your propane bottles, so you can fit 2 in there. We've got our small test bottle on to show you things working, but it is just a left hand thread, opposite threads with being gas. Hand tighten, turn the bottle off when travelling, always make sure it's tied in. And then you've got a crash sensor here, so when that yellow toggle sticks out, just push it in, and that'll allow the gas to go into the vehicle. But like I say, make sure it's turned off when travelling, and then everything else is storage. So you've got storage drawers, and cupboards at the bottom. 2 ducts for your diesel heater, another one there, and one in the washroom, so this van gets really warm. Got storage underneath the seat, so if you take the seat cushion off, you've got storage this side. Trips on mains power, 240 volt, are here. Lift this section out, which is just the bottom of it, and then this yellow toggle is your boiler drain, so it's fitted with a wheel water heater. So what you need to do is, when it's pointing to the front of the cab, it's holding the 10 litres of water. If you just knock it across like so, that 10 litres of water will drain directly out underneath the chassis, and you always want to make sure you drain it down for the winter, as no warranty covers frost damage. So make sure it is drained down. And then on this side, you've got your tank heater, so you can turn that up and down whether you want it on or off. And you'll notice you've got a gas tap there for your gas water heater. Storage under here, but there's your jack, brace and wheel kit there. So your tool kit's underneath that one, and then underneath this one, which is in the centre of the kitchen, between the kitchen and the washroom. If you just lift these grey levers up, it just eliminates any water that's in the pipelines when winterising. So now in the cab, which is based on a Fiat Ducato, you've got your handbrake to your right, your electric windows and electric mirror adjustment. So the adjustment for the mirrors is top and bottom, so you've got 2 adjustments on both mirrors on both sides. Black the side windows out, slide this forward, expose the magnet, up it comes, and it'll just stick onto the side of the door on both driver and passenger. And then the windscreen, you just slide it up. You will have to tilt your mirror down, and it just lifts over the wing mirror, or should I say the interior mirror. Coming back down to the driver's right hand side, you've got your headlight adjustment, front and rear fog light, and if you want your start stop to be disabled, you'd press this button. Trip computer, which goes through your average and instance miles per gallon, your range, your travelling times, any distance travelled and time it's taken. All your steering wheel controls, automatic lights, just leave them on automatic, and you've got your indicators. And then you do have your cruise control, where you turn on and push up, cancel here, resume here, or you can cancel with the foot brake. Or going down, you've got your speed limiter, so you can go pushing up slowly goes up in 1s, pushing and holding goes up in 5s. Then as soon as you floor the accelerator, it will override the speed limiter as a safety feature. This one is fitted with the 9-speed automatic gearbox, so park, reverse, which brings on the rear view camera, neutral, drive, and then to the left for manual, where you can go up and down the gears, so you can start off in first or second. But you do have drive modes, which goes through eco, normal or power. To be fair, we'll just leave it in normal. There's no advantage to eco at all, but power will hold the revs that little bit more, so it'll hold onto a gear to get you up to speed before changing, whereas normal will change before that and not hold the revs as high. Coming down here, you've got your heated mirrors, locks the doors all of them, with it being a van conversion. Your hazards, because this is fitted with the driver's packs, you've got your, you'll notice on the bottom of the fuel and temperature gauge, you've got two little lane assist cars going out the lanes. That's lane assist. So if you press this, so when you drive over the solid white line without indicating, it'll tell you and let you know, because it thinks you're not paying attention. So you can turn that off and the little cars will go out. So they've come on, they'll go out, them two orange lights. Hill descent control, so it'll use the engine brake if you're going down a steep hill. And you've got traction control here, so that turns it off. USB and 12 volt for charging purposes. And then you do have your temperature gauge, must be on at least fan speed 1 or more for the aircon to work. And your distribution, so where you want it to go to. And you've got bringing fresh air in, turn it to this side and you can recirculate air. FM, AM and DAB radio, and you can press 1 to 3, it'll keep scrolling along and you can save 6 of your favourite channels. You can browse all stations and you can type in what station you want or just scroll through. Going to the house, you go back to the homes, phone, so phone, and then you press the Bluetooth in the bottom right. Add, you want to find Fiat 1923 on your device. Make sure you press pair on there, pair on here, and it'll ask you if you want to allow your contacts to be saved. Press allow, it'll download your phone book, and then you'll be able to use Bluetooth audio if you're trying to stream any music off your phone via media, which would also work for the USB input on the front. Turn your screen off if you're on site and you don't want the glare, and as soon as you touch it, it comes back on. And if you go to nav, so you've got built-in navigation, so all of these are shortcuts on here as well, and you've got your volume. So what you need to do is just go to here, bottom right, new route, address, middle one, so it says we're in Marley Hill, which we are, we're next to Marley Hill, but we're on Crookgate Bank. You would just put in your postcode and then it'll say go to town. You click on go to town, select its destination, and it'll plan your route there. So it's taking us from here up to Marley Hill. It'll give you how many miles and the time it takes, and then you turn it on and off from here. Glove box there, glove box here, which is heated and cooled by the air conditioning, and then you've got your independent carb lights. And underneath the driver's seat is where you'll find all your fuses behind this blue cover there. So you've got a fuse cover for all your 12 volt fuses, so it would be a good idea to carry some spares with you.